So we start with the Wernicke's hemianopic response. Basically, in Wernicke's hemianopic response, there is a optic tract lesion. Okay, so the lesion is at this level. Now, if you can trace, now this optic tract lesion, the nerve fibers are this one and this one. So let's say this is the right side and this is the left side. So let's say in the right eye we project the light towards the temporal hemiretina. So when we project the light towards the temporal hemiretina, there is no response. Okay, so there is no response, no pupillary reaction when the light is shown to the temporal hemiretina, but the nasal hemiretina, because it is uh, the visual pathway corresponding to this comes from the temporal fibers. Okay, so in the right eye when we show the light to the nasal hemiretina, then there is a pupillary response. So in Wernicke's hemianopia there is differential response. Towards the temporal side there won't be any response, and towards the nasal side there would be a response. The same thing occurs with the other eye, that is the left eye. So let's say this is the fibers, this one, the temporal fibers that correspond to the nasal hemiretina. So when the nasal there the light is projected towards the nasal hemiretina, there is no response. Okay, but when the light is projected towards the temporal hemiretina, then the temporal part, then because of the nasal fibers that are okay, so there would be response. So in short I can say that this is temporal, nasal, temporal. So the response would be, there would be no response towards the temporal side, there would be response towards the uh, nasal side, there would be no response towards the nasal side, and there would be response towards the temporal side. This is the right eye, this is the left eye. Okay, so correspondingly, if you want me to show you the how would be the visual fields, so visual fields would be like this. So we call it homonym